Marhaba, and welcome to the Matrix Green Pill, where real people connect.
Hello and welcome back to the Matrix Green Pill podcast. I am Namita and today I'm excited to introduce Celia and Joti from The Savvy Space, a Dubai-based home organizing firm focused on creating practical, sustainable and beautiful spaces that help simplify daily life. Hi Celia and Joti, welcome and thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Great. So let's start with you giving us a little background information about yourselves and how you ended up here in the UAE. Celia, we can go with you first.
Sure. I'm originally from the US and my original career was in corporate marketing. But with my husband's job, we moved around quite a bit. For the last 6 years, we've moved abroad and then we landed here in the UAE about 3 years ago now. And I've always had a love for organizing and each of those moves, whether in the States or abroad, helped me refine those skills. And once we moved here to the UAE, I kind of saw it as an opportunity to utilize my MBA and do something I'm passionate about.
Let's hear it from you, Jyoti.
So I am from the UK. I moved here 2 years ago for my husband's job too. I am a mother. I have 2 girls. So busy managing their life, their social calendars and activities and stuff. And my background is pharmaceutical sales and marketing. So I bring my sales and marketing and entrepreneurial skills as well as family management skills to the Savvy Space.
So, starting from the beginning, can you tell us how you came up with this idea for the Savvy Space? How did you meet each other?
It started kind of as a small gig, something that I was doing for friends and family mostly, and then here in the UAE. And then a mutual friend of Joti and I said, hey, I know somebody who's just moved here and needs help organizing her home. And that happened to be Joti. So I went over there to help her out.
And then Celia came over, absolutely loved everything she did and just loved the whole concept, whole business idea. This is amazing and I have to be part of it. Since then, we've been business partners and working together.
What challenges did you face in the initial stages of setting up the Savvy Space?
Biggest challenges when you have your own business is literally juggling everything, trying to do everything from social media to accounting to marketing to inventory management. We basically, Celia and I, we do everything ourselves. This is our baby and we're very, very passionate about it and we want everything to be perfect. I think the biggest challenge is just trying to juggle everything and make sure everything is done by ourselves.
And what are your individual roles in the organization? Jyoti, if you can go first.
We both do everything. Obviously, my background wasn't initially organizing, but absolute expert organizer now. And we're both expert at everything.
For the most part, we're always learning from each other and it's a pretty even scape.
Great to have minded people coming together. That always helps, yeah. So I know our listeners would be really interested in some tips for how to get more organized, including me. So can you share 3 tips for how one could get started on the journey to have a more organized life?
Certainly, yeah. The first thing that people need to consider, we always tell our clients this, is kind of a mindset change to really consider your home as a living space, not a storage space. Everything in your home should be helping you live the life that you want, not just things that you're storing because you feel you need to or you have to. So trying to get out of that mindset of, well, what if I need it one day? I should hang on to it just because, to do I actually need it? Is it actually helping me live my life? The second thing that we'd always recommend is decluttering. And that kind of goes along with the mindset in the sense of if it's not helping you, you don't need it. So every item in your home requires energy to manage it, whether it's getting it out and putting it away, or if you just have to move it to get to the thing that you really want, it's requiring your time and energy. So you really need to get critical about what deserves space in your home, what deserves your time and energy, and then declutter everything else that doesn't belong there.
And finally, don't buy organizing products without a plan. People, including us, we used to do that. Well, I definitely did. Just go out shopping and like, oh, this is pretty. This would look fantastic. I can use this product to help me get organized. Worst thing ever. Do not buy things without a plan. And most importantly, if you are ready to buy something, always measure. It's so important. The worst thing is buying something and bringing it home and it doesn't fit. And then you end up keeping it because you don't have the time to return it. And then there's more clutter. So always have a plan and always measure.
Very well said. I'm sure that's going to help all of us. Talking about mindset, there is a certain mindset that, oh, you need more money to create like a nice organized space. What are your views on that?
You can organize very well without having to spend a dime. In the closet, for example, a lot of what we focus on is how to how to fold or hang things properly. And that can make a world of difference in terms of space management, as well as just keeping things organized and tidy. In other places where you do feel like you need a box or some sort of divider, there are things you have in your home that you can repurpose. A lot of times a shoebox, that can be used in probably every single home, every single room in your home, or even, the devices you get with tech items like headphones or your new iPhone can be used as drawer dividers for pencils, paper clips, etc. So there are a lot of boxes, baskets, even cute bags that are more sturdy that you can use, that you already have, to help you organize and sort things without having to spend a dime or a dirham.
When you started your company, looking back at your journey now, what is that one thing you wish when you started off?
Wish we knew we started off was how impactful social media can be. As we mentioned earlier, where Celia and I pretty much do everything, and it can be a bit of a challenge juggling everything. And something we wish we had focused on a lot more was social media. Obviously, we have realized that, and we're focusing very heavily on our social media right now. But if we had known that sooner or realized that sooner, that's something we'd probably change.
And what tips would you like to give other startup entrepreneurs in terms of setting up their own businesses in the UAE?
Just go for it. If anyone out there is considering it and thinking, oh, it's not the right time, I'm not sure if I'm ready, just go for it. Getting a license is a lot easier than you think. We were absolutely surprised at how easy it was. And really, you can just get along with just a social media account if you're not ready or don't have the resources to put up a website. And honestly, we've discovered no one really expects perfect. Real is what's important right now. And I think we're learning that on social media. We're learning that in general. People want real other people. So don't wait for perfect. Just get out there, bite the bullet and do it.
Congratulations on your journey so far. But what is next for you and for the Savvy Space? Do you have anything new planned for 2022?
The world of Oyster, we're loving everything we're doing right now. There's so many potential opportunities for us in the future. We're really also looking to focus on the DIY market. We want to help people get organized. Actually want to do it themselves. We want to educate people. We're really looking forward to doing that and excited about that.
Yeah, we're looking at a lot of educational content so that we can really empower people with the tools to not just get one room organized, but help organize every room in their home as well as their daily life. So we're putting together things like guidebooks, webinars to just really educate people. We also just released a kitchen organizing workbook, which is a complete step-by-step exact process on how to organize everything in your kitchen exactly the way that we would. So we're very excited about that. We've gotten a lot of great feedback, and we'd also be happy to offer anybody listening to this podcast a discount. If they want to message us on social media, we can arrange that.
That's very interesting. And at the end of this show, we'll get back to sharing the details of your social media channels with our audience. For now, we have come to a very exciting segment of our show, which is called Rapid Fire. It's our version of a game show. I'm going to ask both of you a couple of rapid fire questions. So I'll go with Celia first. The next question will be for Joti. They're just 4 questions, so we'll just do 2 and 2.
Okay.
All right, Celia, here we go. What is your go-to comfort food?
Oh gosh, anything with cheese.
Amazing. Okay, Joti, can you please give us your favorite life lesson quote?
Life lesson goal. Life is too short. Make the most of every single day and live life every single day.
Celia, if you could start a movement that would bring the most amount of good to the most amount of people, what would that be?
Well, something that I'm aiming for with myself, and I would love if everybody could feel this way, is sort of that lifestyle design movement where we don't necessarily have to be constricted to an office or a career on a regular basis. We can work and both live or be retired at the same time, if that makes sense. That you don't have to wait till the end of your life for retirement. You can work, retire, work, retire, work, retire.
Joti, what are some things that you do on a daily basis, regardless of how busy you are?
I love to work out. Working out is become my passion since I moved to Dubai, and I love it, and I love how it makes me feel.
Okay, so now before we wrap up, I would like to do our green pill moment. So, for a segment called Your Green Pill Moment, I would like to ask each of you a question. We'll go with you, Celia, first. What was your green pill moment, the action or an event that was like the turning point for you or for your career?
The turning point for me in my career would definitely be starting a business. And I think Joti would probably say the same. We both changed industries completely. We made the leap to do something that was at the time pretty unique to the area even. Organizing wasn't really a mainstream, home organizing wasn't really a mainstream industry here. So making that leap and really getting outside the comfort zone and changing industries and careers completely and being responsible in a good way for every move we make thereafter was really not just a turning point in my career, but a growth aspect.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So, Jyoti, if you took the green pill to go back in time and change one thing about your journey, what would it be?
I would love to go back in time and have met Celia and started this business a lot sooner.
Amazing.
We both love what we do. We're both very, very grateful for such a wonderful opportunity. And I wish we had done it sooner, but it's never too late. So we're enjoying it right now.
Absolutely. Never too late. So great. Thank you both for sharing your fantastic and inspiring story with us today. I'm sure our audience will thoroughly enjoy this conversation as much as I have. And our listeners are going to definitely be very interested and inspired by your story and your advice. But before we say goodbye, can you tell our listeners where they can find and follow you so we can put this in our show notes as well?
Absolutely. We're on Instagram at the Savvy Space, Savvy with 2 V's, and the same handle on Facebook as well. So people can reach out to us there. We're most active on Instagram. And as we mentioned earlier, if anybody's interested in that kitchen organizing workbook, you can message us, send us a DM on Instagram, and we'll get you that discount. And mention Green Pill, yes.
Awesome. This is a great opportunity for our listeners as well. So thank you again for joining me today and wish you all the very best for the future.
Thanks, you too. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.
If you enjoy our conversations, please like and subscribe. See you next Wednesday.